Despite a few clouds across central and eastern Kentucky, turned out to be another nice day on this Thursday. Afternoon highs reaching the 80-degree mark in many locations, surging into the low and mid-80s here in the Bluegrass. Warm and dry for the final day of summer coming up on Friday, and the tranquil weather holds for the upcoming weekend as we welcome fall during the early hours of Saturday. And we mentioned the last couple of days, a lot of the models continued to delay the arrival of the showers next week, and that trend for the later arrival is continuing. You see the scattered clouds across central Kentucky, a little less out to the east, but you notice west of us, that's the mid to upper level wave that is cruising through the western part of the Ohio Valley. Organized showers really drying up as they try to work eastward because, of course, we have a very dry air mass at the surface with high pressure sitting off to our northeast. Our Bluegrass Pace Carrier Skyview HD Camera Network. Richmond EKU, we're at 81, so looking good and feeling good with a little filtered sun there. Into the upper 70s across southeastern Kentucky, 80 in London, 82 in Somerset, and again into the low 80s here in the Bluegrass. Our dew points, while they're up a few degrees compared to what we've had the last couple of days, still a pretty dry air mass in place. And you see throughout the Ohio and Tennessee Valley, it is pretty comfortable here. High pressure again, really making a big difference as far as keeping the rain away. It will give way and this system will weaken out, so we're going to be back into some sunshine tomorrow. Still a nice evening, even with the clouds around, no big issues, but that will slow our temperatures down as far as cooling overnight, so upper 50s to around 60. And then tomorrow afternoon, I think most locations into the low 80s. Wouldn't be surprised to see a few mid-80s here in the Bluegrass. Now, we talked about the coastal low that was going to impact the mid-Atlantic and New England. Getting some tropical characteristics, that is potential Tropical Cyclone 16. This would become Ophelia. If it becomes a tropical storm, max winds are at 35. Now, the forecast track has it reaching tropical storm status and then making landfall during the early hours of Saturday in southeastern North Carolina. Obviously, the Outer Banks would be impacted with some coastal flooding and a little bit of storm surge, but this is really going to be more problematic for the heavy rain that will be through the mid-Atlantic and up into New England, which has already been dealing with flooding earlier in the summer, so a little bit problematic in that regard. But this system actually will work to our advantage because we're going to be in a prime spot with the low heading up the coast. We get a northeast wind, which will cool things down a few degrees, meaning upper 70s to around 80, and it has a drying effect. At the same time, it's going to act as a blocker and hold that frontal boundary in the Central Plains in check. So it'll be a while before it moves in here. In fact, I mentioned about the model trend delaying the onset of any rain showers. Notice how Monday and even into Tuesday, and both the major models agreeing that we stay mainly dry. I think by Wednesday and into Thursday, we'll start to bring at least a few shower chances around. And again, we could use it. The latest drought monitor, abnormally dry here in the Bluegrass, points to the north and west. But another week without rain, and we could get into that low-end drought status. 59 overnight, a few clouds and pleasant, mostly sunny, warm day tomorrow for the final day of summer. 84 in the extended forecast here, welcoming fall in style. Of course, a lot of fall festivals going on this time of the year. Things get cranked up and the weather will cooperate. Notice dry now. Again, our winds will predominantly be out of the east and northeast. That'll hold our temperatures into the upper 70s, and there are your rain chances returning next Wednesday and Thursday with highs holding into the upper 70s.